Hey, what's up guys? John here. What Warren Buffett just did says everything about the future and where we're all going. The World Economic Forum made a future prediction on how our lives are going to be impacted over the coming decade.
The embracement of artificial intelligence.
The global financial system is undergoing a profound transformation.
The regulation cannot keep up with the rapid pace of innovation.
Those that can provide the best service and experience to the ultimate client should be the winners.
Well, Warren Buffett's bet perfectly coincides with what their prediction is.
Berkshire Hathaway disclosed in regulatory documents that it made a new investment in Domino's Pizza while continuing to trim its position in Apple.
So if you're an investor, you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, just an American, pay very close attention to how they say we're all going to be living coming very, very soon. I believe we're in the greatest wealth building opportunity in American history. The next 5 years will present more opportunities to get rich than ever before. And if you play your hands right, you'll be able to live at a higher level than you could ever imagine. You'll be able to travel more, be able to, really take advantage of some incredible investing opportunities. And if you don't, then this is what the future will look like. Please hit the like button when you do. YouTube will share the content, educate more people about what's going on in America's economy. Take a look at this. So Buffett's Berkshire buys stakes in Domino's and Pool Corp. So it's a $550 million bet, 550 mil, taking 3.6% of Domino's. 3.6% of Domino's. Now, World Economic Forum says the future is going to be virtual tourism. And they say it can rebuild the future of travel. Now, this was a few years ago. But what's really interesting is 6 years ago, this movie came out called Ready Player One. In this movie, they say that we all live in virtual reality. And people, they play these games to try to give excitement to their lives because the world is so crazy that they use it as a way to escape. Well, in the intro of this movie, they have a Domino's delivery that's done via drone. And they order Domino's and they order food via drone because it's cheaper and it's easier for them to get it. Well, it's very fascinating because when you start to look at Domino's Pizza, for example, look at this. Domino's Pizza, and also I'm going to show you this. This is interesting. The World Economic Forum says this.
There's going to be people of means who are going to travel, and then there's going to be people maybe of lesser means who might actually be able to use an Oculus or a Magic Leap or some other kind of device to travel to the same place, but from their own couch. What do
you think about that, right? The people with means are able to do whatever they want, go to Amalfi Coast, go to Tokyo, right? The people of no means are going to sit at home. And they're going to do that experience in an Oculus, which is interesting, right? Now, look at what they say Domino's looks like because it's almost identical to what I couldn't really find any differentiating aspects of what Domino's was in that movie compared to what it is here.
We can churn out 50 batches of dough a day.
That's 88,000 pizzas for our customers.
88,000 pizzas for our customers, all automated. Now, in Domino's in New Zealand, they already have drone deliveries. So this is already a thing. And here, look at this. They're delivering cookies via drone. Right here. 198,000 likes on this video. Now, I believe this is going to be the future. Amazon 3 days ago, Amazon begins drone deliveries after FAA approval. Drone deliveries, FAA approval. They already got it. I covered this in the white paper October 20th of last year, saying that Amazon buys 750,000 robots to replace staff, which actually did happen. They started issuing massive layoffs, and I believe it's going to continue to grow. They have 1.1 million employees. I think that number is going to be going down. I think their profits are going to be going up. Now, he also heavily invested in this company called Pool Corp. Now, what I think is very interesting about Pool Corp is pools now are 75 grand, 100 grand for a basic pool. This isn't something that you'll see on MTV Cribs. This is just an everyday pool, $50,000, $75,000, $100,000. Now, when you have millions and millions of people that are coming over, here from America, coming here, that are really motivated, they're chasing a better life. They don't have student loans. They don't have credit card bills. They just want to work hard and provide for their family. And they're able to take some of these labor jobs and build pools. If you're the owner of that pool company, you're going to be able to increase your profits at the very least. So you're going to start seeing the wealthy building out pools and the upper middle class building out pools and things like that. And then the lower income levels, they're going to continue to consolidate. And so Warren Buffett's kind of playing both sides here, saying, you know what? On the pool side, I'm going to win. On the domino side, I'm definitely going to win. Imagine being seriously injured and missing out on millions in compensation just because you didn't know where to turn. Many law firms settle for low-ball offers, leaving victims with far less than they deserve. It's frustrating, unfair, and sometimes they even charge you before they win. That's where Morgan & Morgan comes in. America's largest injury law firm fights to get the clients the compensation they deserve. And the best part, you pay nothing unless they win. They've won $12 million in Florida, 34 times more than the insurance offer, and $26 million in Philadelphia, 40 times more than the insurance offer. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome. Features no upfront fees unless you win. Over 1,000 attorneys and a dedicated legal team to fight for you. They handle everything for you, and it's incredibly easy to start your claim. Your injury could be worth millions. You can visit the link in the description box below this video to start your claim today. I saw this, I thought it was very interesting. Look at this.
$72,000 to build our pool in Orlando, Florida, and here's
$72K for this pool. Like, is that crazy?
In Orlando, Florida, and here's
I mean, you could probably build that pool 7-8 years ago for half of that.
the breakdown of my experience. You hear horror stories about pool builds, but mine was quite the opposite. It was easy, painless, and quick. Here's what our house looked like in October of 2022. We first painted the house, added a deck, and then ended up getting 6 pool quotes. All of the quotes ranged from $50,000
to 95,000. 42,000 likes in this video. So you start to ask yourself this big question too, because in 2021, what happened? Interest rates were at all-time lows, and people thought, hey, look, I'm gonna ride out, NFTs to the moon, and I'm gonna retire rich. I'm gonna go to, wherever I want. I'm gonna travel first class. This party's never gonna end. And they just bought Dodge Chargers, and they bought nice cars, G-Wagons. They started buying rental properties with 3% down. They were just going, all out. Well, now what's happening is the economy is changing and the job market is changing. And as we start to see prices start to come down, which CNBC reported yesterday that prices are starting to hit deflation in some areas, the loans that they owe on these cars, what's going to happen? The loans are going to be high, and for what they could get now, it's going to be a lot less. For example, probably buy a car 2021 new for maybe $50,000, $55,000. Now there's a lot of these lease specials, a lot of these deals where people can get into a really nice car for $25,000, $30,000. So if they're looking at a loan, they put 0% down on a car. By the way, Kelley Blue Book said the average loan to value on a car during this period was 125% loan to value, meaning the average person put no money down and they put taxes, tags, and fees into the loan. So they're upside down immensely on these cars. And so as people start losing their jobs and people start selling their cars, more cars start to get repossessed, what's going to happen? Car prices are going to continue to soften. People are going to be more likely to give back the keys to the lender. And it's going to go from cars to real estate to, business loans to you name it. As the economy changes, people are going to start walking away. And what I think is going to happen is I think that upper income levels and, upper class, $500,000 a year, $400,000 a year earners are going to be able to go out there and start buying and buying and buying deals for substantial discounts. Cars, everything. It's going to be a huge opportunity coming. Here, $533 a share in June. Buffett probably bought Domino stock around $413 to $420 a share, right? He's going to get a huge return on that. But this is just an example as to how wealthy people, how smart people are going to be navigating the future. They're going to be looking for these unique opportunities, these little arbitrage opportunities where they can go in there and they can make a smart bet. And they're going to do it very, very profitably, many of them. Now, look at this wealth gap that's forming now in America. Some would say, John, this has always been here. I would say the last couple of years, it's really, really, really grew. In the next couple of years, it's going to, I would say, 5x. Steven Schwarzman, $57 billion net worth. Inside his secretive operation helping manage billionaire Steve Schwarzman's vast fortune 8 hours ago. This is what the future is going to be like. Here, wholesale used car prices fall, retail drop likely. 2 days ago, Kelley Blue Book. Here, 10 housing markets where they're going to plummet essentially in value for the end of the year. Now, what I think is going to happen in this movie, Ready Player One, he said the fastest growing city in the world in 2042 was Columbus, Ohio, is what he said in the movie. That was where the world basically was navigating towards. You know, coincidentally, I'm in Ohio now. I just relocated my family because I have a prediction that what we're going to start to see happen is we're going to see investors chasing yield. And they're going to be doing it by going to places like North Carolina and, you know, certain places like Alabama and Mississippi and Ohio and all these different areas, chasing yield, looking to deploy capital, looking to buy great rental properties. And I think we're going to start seeing a lot of softening in pricing from Miami to LA to San Francisco to New York City unfold as insurance starts to get more and more and more expensive and less people can afford to be there. A lot of people are going to be looking to walk away from their properties. We're seeing it right now in commercial real estate, but I think we're going to see it in residential, and it's going to be a huge opportunity to build wealth. Here are the cities where rents are rising and falling fast. Seattle's median asking rent fell 7.3% year over year in April. Now, they say 9 out of 10 metros are the biggest rent drops in the Sun Belt. Austin, 6.6%, Miami, 5%, San Diego, 4.7%, Phoenix, 4.6%. Now, what this means is that if you're an investor and you bought a rental property, a commercial building in 2021, when borrowing costs were very low, 3%, 3.5%, and you bought this deal, commercial sized deal, 5 units and above, say you bought a $5 million deal or $1 million deal, whatever the number may be, and you took out this debt, well, the next year or 2 or 3, you're more likely going to have to go back to the bank and refinance it. Well, if the borrowing cost went from 3% to 7%, that's a very big problem. And if you bought the deal thinking rents were only going to go up, but instead rents actually dropped by 7.3%, that's a big problem. Taxes going up. It's all these things are all headwinds for leveraged landlords and just a massive opportunity for savvy investors to step in. It's going to be the biggest wealth building opportunity from now until 2030. The biggest. And people that are paying attention are going to capitalize. Renting is cheaper than buying in all 50 states. How does it compare to your city, right? Well, where I am in Ohio, you can buy a house for $100,000, $120,000. $250,000 gets you something unbelievable, something beautiful. $500,000, $600,000 house will get you something like, what celebrities would live in, right? This is the normal here. You would rent a house for $1,200, but if you bought a $100 or $100,000 house, 10% down, taxes and insurance, even with high borrowing costs today, you're still probably at $750 to $800 a month with everything all in. It's extremely affordable. So we're going to start seeing a lot of people chasing that. That's my prediction. But we're going to start seeing rents continuing to likely soften in the coming year or so. And then once investors start to gather market share, they're likely going to just kick rents up higher and higher and higher and higher. Just look at Facebook. Look at these big companies. As they gain market share, they have pricing power. Then they'll use it to their advantage. So if you do play this right, and you own 1 house or 2 houses, 3 houses, you start a business and you scale it up, you're going to be able to buy great discounted deals. You're going to be able to really do a lot of great things for yourself and your family by positioning yourself now for this change, because most people are in denial about where the future is really going. It's going to be the top 5% that make all the rules in this future America. The top 5%. You don't have to make $1 million a year, but if you can get to $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month, you're going to have a lot of options, especially if you can control your expenses going into this. What do you think about this entire situation? Let's have a conversation about this below. And for more information on today's video sponsor, click the link in the description just below this video. And I'll catch you next video.